Fasting is quite interesting. I was fasting yesterday and today, as I explained in my social conversation here with my colleagues. Um, Basically, what you need to know about fasting is that it helps with the immune system. It helps with the cognitive capabilities. It's an anti-cancer. It helps with my stomach in my case, and it helps also with my mindset because fasting is never really easy. What you need to know in my case is that I do OMAD, so I eat once a day. I do that because it allows me to be productive and just work like in one flow, and take a break afterwards. So I find it really convenient for my situation. So when I fast, as per se, for me, it's 2 days, 2 days minimum. One day is not fasting for me, and I do it for all these good reasons. And as I was explaining to my team, like some of them were quite surprised of that. I've done 3 to 4 days before. Today I was like kind of in a flow state, because I popped my supplement Velux. So I didn't had anything in me except like water, tea, and Velux. And I mean, there's a bunch of good books for ketosis and the all the good reasons why I do what I'm doing. Fasting Lane seems like a pretty good one, which I'm gonna listen to. And there's also this free document, as I used to explain here on my Twitter. You can find me on Twitter and check this document here that I shared. It's the biohackers guide to um, fasting and ketosis, and yeah, that's like weird effects of my brain like on fasting, hearing songs in my head, and then like my stomach asking me to eat foods. Tested my video games performances on ketosis, not too good. I also went playing frisbee today before I broke my fast with my brother, and my physical performances, I mean, were okay, but I felt like without energy. And I really strongly advise that you try fasting at least like 2 days. You get in the zone usually in 3 to 4 days. So that can be really interesting. But that being said, I mean, you need to try it at least once. It started with the Stoics, like back in days. And I mean, even earlier than that, like even before Stoics decided that they would cut out on the abundant food. I mean, or ancestors were hunting, and for 2 to 3 days, even four, especially mans, they didn't have any food. Fasting is not recommended for women, as I mentioned here later on, because for hormonal reasons, like women's don't tend to do as well as men's, and it's really hard. But for men's, I mean, it's really good to see how women feels when they have their periods. And yeah, it usually like women's body. I mean, women's during that time when we were hunting back in days, they were in the village. They probably have had scraps of food to eat, um, while us men's were hunting, and it's different scenarios. And I'm probably speculating on that one, but it's fair to say that it's good speculation. And yeah, I do it like nowadays mostly for health purposes, to make sure that like I don't get bad stuff in my system. Autophagy is like your body eating your own body, so it eats the cells which are malignant, and that's pretty cool. And I wanted to share that to you guys because I think most of you guys can benefit from that physically, but also mentally from a mindset perspective. It's always good to give you a good little challenge here.